Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's meeting, Town Council, ordinary in on what date it is? 9th of 8th of April. We allow 10 minutes at the beginning of the meeting for to invite members of the public to question the council on political matters. We got anyone today? So we'll move straight onto the agenda then. Item number 1 would be apologies for absence.
Councillor Nancy Clark.
Thank you very much. Point number 2, any declarations of financial interest or personal connection?
Number 11 for me, please. There, Pendray.
Okay, thank you.
And for me, Sharon, number 11.
Ron's got his hand up.
Ron, sorry.
Don't think the sound is on, is it? Can you hear us, Ron?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can hear it.
Same for me
It's
as well.
quiet, I think. Muted, is it? I can hear him now.
Checking.
He's checking them.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Item 11, I think they as a trustee.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
We're just turning the volume up, Ron. Give us a sec.
There we go, Ron.
Please speak.
Hello, testing.
Thank you, Ron. We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, point number 3 then. Chairman's activity report. Council-wise, it's been a very quiet month. Nothing, no events attended. However, last ordinary meeting, I did mention that I had received a complaint to the council from a member of the public. The individual that made this complaint will know that it's quite an extensive complaint, extensive letter, and I am filtering through each point. I'm currently waiting for advice on how to proceed, and once I've received, I will be back in touch.
If it's the letter I think you're thinking about, surely this should be coming to the personnel committee.
I believe that's where it's going to go. Moving on to point number 4, to receive and approve minutes of the ordinary meeting of the council Wednesday, the 11th of March. First of all, do we have any comments to be made?
Only that I propose we accept them.
I second that.
Opposed and seconded, all approve. Any objections? Any abstentions? Cool, thank you. Point number 5 then, minutes to receive and approve for the personnel committee held on Wednesday, 25th of March. Again, any comments to be made first, please?
Yeah, I think I'll be accepting that. Yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay, opposed, seconded. Any, do we all approve, sorry? Any abstentions? Any objections? Point number 6, to receive and approve the responsible financial officer's report for March 2026. Any comments to be made first of all, please?
Just an observation, really. I think the clerk identified earlier in the year that we anticipate that our year-end status would be reduced from what would be mid-year. I just have to check in 2025. Significant, not quite 10%.
Sorry, Kath, I didn't hear a word.
No, I didn't hear that.
But the clerk in mid-year had said that he anticipated our total balance held would be anticipated being much reduced from what it was mid-year.
Yeah.
And I did a check on this time in 2025, and it is reduced. It's not quite 10% less than 35, but it is somewhat reduced so that they hold it faster.
Any proposals, please?
I'll propose it.
Thank you, Mark. Second of Pam, thank you. Do we all approve? Cool, thank you. Point number 7 then, to receive and approve the clerk's reports. Questions?
No, it's a statement. Can I say a public thank you to Mark Kendall for getting the slate and installing it by the slate wagon in his own time again. I'd like a public thank you to Mark for that.
Okay, Rob, thank you very much.
Yeah, and it looks really good there.
Yeah.
It's like bit small, the writing.
He didn't do he didn't do the writing.
Make the board.
Magnified it.
No, but you put it all
And if there's
together.
any spelling mistakes on the Welsh, I didn't do that.
Much appreciated, thank you.
But
very
they're
much.
made from sleepers from the Telford Railway, about 70 years old they are,
Okay,
and they're made from Australian timber, Jarwood, and they were like soaring concrete. So yeah, they weren't as rotten as in the middle. They were good sleepers. So it's all in connection with Telford Railway.
thank you very much. Any other questions, comments?
With the clerk's report,
Yes.
I'd like to propose a vote of confidence in our clerk for the work that he does do.
I will second that.
I'll third that one.
Can we have a vote, please?
Can it be recorded?
You started it and we might as well finish.
Yeah, can it be recorded?
So, do we
I propose a
have
vote.
confidence in our clerk?
Of course we do.
Also, the
All in approval?
Is Ron an approval as well? And
Oh, and
Olivia?
Olivia stood up.
Hi, Olivia, thank you.
Thank you
Cheers, Ron.
More than welcome.
You need a proposer for it?
Did?
You did it.
Not
Yeah.
for the clerk's report?
Yeah,
Yeah, proposer for the clerk's report, please.
I'll propose it.
Second.
Second, thank you. All approve? Yes. Thank you.
Can I just, sorry to the chair, remember having a discussion with the clerk about the footpaths, track. I don't know whether we can look into them and see what needs to be done on the ones we are looking after and where we are going on that.
It's Guy Micah does the sort of contracting with us. So if there's anything specific, I'm happy to talk to him
Yeah.
about
okay.
it, but we just let him he does 2 cuts a year
Yeah,
for us.
I was just wondering what needs to be,
Yeah, keep on top.
before, well, starting busy season now really, but lots of use to do the footpaths as well, so it's so that we're in order for summer as well.
Yeah, the first cut will have taken place before sort of the nesting season.
Okay.
That's all been arranged.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Yeah.
Moving on then to point 8. It's an opportunity for councillors to report back to the council following their attendance at external committees. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share? Mark, please,
do you want me to do the thing about the hospital thing?
if you've got something you want to share.
Well, just to say that I went in replace of you because you were unable to go. And basically it was supposed to be the third one, but they jumped back one. So they're basically doing number 2 again. That's what the whole thing was. But because most of the meeting was taken up with a lot of questions and answers, they decided to not do a scoring. But I think they went away at some point in the meeting. It was decided to add more options than what was on the table. There was a big argument for about 4 hours about options and opinions. But basically everybody, except for a handful of people in the room, had the same opinion: to keep the ward open and use it, but maybe not for like a full-on ward that needs doctors and fully qualified nurses. So, but then there's a third one happening but it won't happen now till after the elections. Because they didn't want it to be used in any shape or form as a lever. So they're leaving it now. I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
I think it would be nice if more people from the council either were asked to go, or if we didn't go, that whoever does go does a report like I've just done now. Therefore, everybody knows what happened. I mean, Chris was there, I was there, Anne was there. I think you were there.
I was there.
So,
You were there. So were you there? No.
I haven't had invitation to these private meetings.
No, well, I wasn't invited. I went because Gareth couldn't make it. So
Why couldn't somebody go instead of Cass as well?
I think you didn't let anybody know.
I
Told,
did
like-
send it, I did send apologies in, but it probably was short.
Like the day before.
14 invoices.
Yeah. But yeah, it would have been nice to have even more people from the council.
I think it's a fair comment though. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a fair comment that, you know, we don't know, when it's going to be, but whoever is in like tickets, they can't be going. Make sure there's a substitute. It's fair comment.
you see, I was present, I didn't attend as a town councillor, I attended as a Gwynedd councillor. I agree with what Mark has said. The chair, whatever you like to call him, he was there, he was very good. And basically I said there's only two options, which is really one option. But keep the hospital open, and we keep on about these new services they provide him. They were doing a 34. And we hear on the news tonight also, Gareth, that like with the paramedics, they're not finding jobs for them.
Yeah.
And the same for nurses, he said there's no vacancies to accept them.
They basically pinned us down as to why we were arguing certain points. And then it was made clear that all of the information was not available. So to ask us how we think it's financially viable when we haven't had any financial details. So they promised that they will bring them forward by the next meeting.
Thank you very much. Anyone else have anything to share? Alex?
Just as a representative of the town council of Dunboyne, Wales, our meeting next week, next Wednesday, has been put on Zoom instead of face to face because of fuel
Okay.
exceptions and things. So I'll be attending. Well, try to
Virtual. Yeah,
on a virtual. Thank you, John. Virtual.
sensible decision.
Thank you.
There's nothing else. We'll move on. Point number 9 on the agenda was an opportunity for town councillors to ask questions of and to receive a report from Gwynedd councillors regarding matters relating to town. Anything you guys would like to share with us today?
Usual story, Anne.
No, I've attended a number of meetings since the last time I attended the Betsy meeting. I do think that they came to the town council. I think I missed that meeting, and everybody had plenty of opportunity to question, and then Chris does report and every month on the clerk's report about what's been going on. So I've attended the planning, I've attended Uwchradd and Ysgol Pen y Bryn Governors Personnel Committee. Here, the shortlisting post for the head of children and supporting families in Gwynedd, plus the appointment panel at I was at that Aberdyfi Harbour, and briefing session on transport, the bus, the changes that have been from the Welsh Government on the bus services. And Gerwyn works there as, I think he used to work for Transport for Wales. Yeah, Gerwyn, he's very, very good at driving very well. The only other thing I understand, the Pier Road now is going to be shut for approximately 3 weeks from the 13th of April, isn't it, John?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're doing gas works or is it?
Gas main.
Is it gas?
Yeah,
is it?
sure it's a gas main, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's either because I've seen lots of open reach vans and
Oh, that's because
they usually say, you know.
The open
period.
reach is for the town to have fibre.
Yeah, they usually say a period of 3 weeks, it might not be shut because, you know, with all the problems we've got with the traffic around town.
Mhm.
Amazingly, on Monday, you know, they managed to get through with everything, but my goodness.
Mm.
It's a year to yesterday since
Yeah.
these roads have been shut, you know.
Still no word on the culvert?
And still no word, no.
Possibly next month with the planning.
Anything to share?
Basically, yes, I attended our other committee and obviously the Dead Sea one in the chapel. It's just seems to be Groundhog Day. Becoming repetitive with the same sort of things all the time. Like Mark said, he hadn't given us the financial status, how they couldn't or won't keep the hospital going. And like I said earlier on, to hear that on the news tonight about paramedics and nurses, say they don't need them after 3 years training, say there's no jobs. Somebody needs to get their act involved.
Unfortunately, that's a bigger story than we can handle. In town.
Yes.
Do you have any questions? Eileen, please.
Going off that now, could we look into having a flexi bus for Tywyn? Corris seem to have one, Dolgellau seem to have one. We are suffering because our people can't get up to the health centre. That's one of the things. But, you know, there's movement to the shops, to the chemist, to the post office. And people are not having a decent service with a bus that goes round the town. Could we ask the Gwynedd councillors to look into it, please?
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even if it, you know, even if it, I don't know how it works, but if we had it about 3 days a week, it would help, wouldn't it?
Mm.
These people could make their appointments or get their appointments to suit.
Yeah, can we ask actually that it comes from all of us, you know, through the clerk, because I think it is an important issue that, you know, concerns everybody in the town, doesn't it?
But that's what
So,
I'm
and then
saying.
we can back up.
For the council, our council to ask for it,
Yeah.
but for you as Gwynedd councillors to
Yeah,
support us and make
yeah.
sure it's looked into.
Yeah, I don't know how the one in Forest works, actually. I think it works quite well, because John P. Roberts is representing. I think,
Yes.
you know, it might be
It's, you ring up for the service and I thought to
yeah.
just go to Dolgellau,
Yeah.
because if you take a bus into Dolgellau, you ring beforehand for a flexi and they'll take you up to the hospital.
Oh,
When you think of the elderly,
yeah,
Mm.
how hard going it is,
yeah,
but it sort of works. It stops between 3 and 5, but being flexi, they know the people that need the support and they do give in then.
but we have got an application in front of us as well, haven't we, for the local service, so some of that might be covered with grant money, you know, that does the same. That's why I'm a bit.
No, flexi is free for the elderly,
Okay,
so it's a different thing.
It's effectively a bus
Yeah,
service.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you would pay your bus fare, you use your bus passes.
yeah, yeah.
If I understand it right, I've never worked at Flexi, so it still follows a bus timetable, but it's on demand, so there's no one calling up to use it, it doesn't run.
Is that how it works?
I could be wrong.
But no, the
That's
person
my
that
understanding.
told me about it, she said, I ring before I leave Tywyn saying I'll be in Dolgellau so and so time, and he's there to pick me up, so he can't, I don't know.
Well, we can look into it.
Yes, please, because it's serious now. Gwynedd, I'm not interested in bringing our service round the town back.
And suggestion to make it a request from the entire council, that would have to be an agenda item for the next meeting.
But I can write to
Sometime, yeah,
and
to
Corris,
the-
you see how it works,
Yeah.
and then we need that information.
That's the whole point of this, asking the Gwynedd councillors, isn't it?
Okay, any other questions?
As a point of information, this is really, the road will be closed in Pennell next week, the 13th, 14th and 15th. I just hope there won't be any issues, but I don't know whether the clerk has been informed of this. Because it probably affects a lot of people of Towing that travel.
Will do. It's sort of out, because it's out of our area, we don't get all the updates.
Yeah, but that's the problem we get, isn't it? It involves the area because
It's Gwynedd.
travelling through to Macclesfield, you got school children and everything on that as well. So I believe that as a council we should have been informed about it.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I work in that area, so I know what's happening. But that's why I'm bringing it forward to this.
When I do get notices, I do put them on our
Mm.
page and send them out.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
raising that, Alan. Thank you. Mark.
This is a question for the Gwynedd councillors. I'm not sure. I think it's your ward.
Mhm.
A lady spoke to me about a green in Warwick Place, come 4th of it,
Mhm.
and she is basically worried that a decision that was made to object to planning permission and keep it as a green is now looks like it's kind of been overturned. So I said to her, it's probably more to do with Gwynedd Council than Town Council.
I'm already on that.
Okay.
The other day, what is it now? I think it was Friday. I was walking back from the street by the railway station in Towing. And there was a lady on the floor there. She'd fallen. She was 86. And the response I had from the ambulance was there was going to be 2 to 3 hours, maybe 5. I said, I've done my quick checks. Any equipment with me? But I suggest you come as soon as possible. And they said, oh, we'll send the police down on the interim before the ambulance comes down there. So an hour and a half later, the police turned up. That lady had been on the floor. Lucky it was a warm day. A lot of the people from the co-op and other people in the town here assisted bringing blankets and that. You know, 86 years of age, massive cut about her left eye, and she was getting a bit delirious in the end with her own granddaughter. Such a long time for them to pick them up.
Sure. There's no other questions then? We'll
Sorry,
move on.
but
Hmm?
on that, what's the green then?
No.
Is that what Mark was mentioning? No.
And it's okay, we'll move on. So point number 10 then, to consider an application for grant funding by the Tide Community Transport Scheme. Do we have any comments or questions before we go ahead?
We've got a robust constitution.
Hmm.
Well, used all my storage up. I was at one of these meetings with my mum, so I wasn't, this scheme is absolutely amazing. And I think personally, we would be fools not to give the full grant request, to be honest.
Thank you. Any other comments? Please,
I
Kath.
just think from my reading, the fact they, you know, we've done all their due diligence and set it up appropriately to tackle organization, and they've already obtained some from them for the first class bit. So it does feel that taking these efforts elsewhere as well. So I certainly have no objections to this application for support it.
There's no other comments. Can I look for a proposer?
Was it?
Yeah.
We said £500.
Seconder,
Yes.
Island, thank you. Do we all approve, Chris?
Can I just ask a question just before? Are they writing to every council now? Because this covers the whole area, Abu Dhabi,
I
Brickby.
believe they are.
They are writing to every council. So they're wanting 500 from every council, or it's
That-
500 in total?
That I don't know. I don't know what they've asked for our councils. All I know is the application that they made to us. And then the information I added into my department's report.
It's to cover the dead miles, isn't it?
Yes.
To the patient and back from the patient. That soon adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's just as long as, you know, everybody else, Spring Creek, Abergynolwyn and Llanegrin and all of those, because it covers the whole area. It's
And
not that
Aberdyfi.
we're not, you know, subsidising everybody.
So if they're not, we can recommend that because they'll be looking for grant options elsewhere. So
Yeah,
and put that to them. So sticking with this application in front of us, we have a proposer and a seconder for £500 for Tythe Community Transport Scheme. Do we all approve, please? So everyone, thank you very much. Okay, point 11, to consider an application for grant funding by Nair Pendra. Okay, yes, please, Mark.
Been asked to read out this for the Nair Penray because obviously Marisa can't and Graham was not available.
Okay.
So the Nair Pendray is extremely grateful for the previous support. However, we are still struggling financially due to the large ongoing monthly payments. We are having towards an historic debt. We have raised some funds with our Easter egg hunt around the area and events that we have put on. We are seeking further grant support for the Nair Pendray due to the ongoing financial pressure caused by exceptionally high electricity costs. Although we have made progress in reducing the outstanding balance from 22,436 in debt to £16,088.13 in debt. The remaining amount continues to place a significant strain on the resources. These elevated energy costs are historic but continue to impact our current financial stability, limiting our ability to allocate funds towards essential services and community activities. As a valued community facility, Nair Pendray plays an important role in supporting local engagement, well-being and access to shared spaces. Grant assistance would enable us to clear or significantly reduce this debt, ensuring the long-term sustainability of the venue and allowing us to focus on serving the community effectively without the burden of the past energy liabilities. We respectfully request consideration for funding support to help us overcome this challenge and secure the future for the Nair Pendray. On a personal note, I've witnessed how much effort they put into, and you can see from the debt amount, it's come down considerably. The amount of effort that the committee of the Nair Pendray have put in to reduce the debt by holding events and stuff, it's been non-stop. So I'm in favour of supporting them, but it's up to the council to decide in what shape or form.
Any comments, please? Questions? Anne, please.
Can I ask, because we have given so much, haven't we? Is there a limit? Does our financial regulation say that we can only give so much? Do you know our policy?
The policy, so the award was outside of the scope of the policy as the policy stands. So policy states if you receive a maximum award 1 year, you can't receive it the next year. We're now into a new financial year, so it sort of starts again in terms of Section 137 payment.
So effectively, sorry through you, Chairman, the amount that we've already paid to pay off the debt, I mean, can we carry on doing that for another 3 months or, you know, whatever? Because the only thing that I'm a bit concerned about is, you know, I think Nair Pendray is an important asset in the town, But there are other businesses here and they are in competition, especially when they have bar facilities and, you know, can do events. That, you know, I know we supported the cinema now, which is sort of on the base. But at one stage of the Mayor Pendray was the management committee, was the town council and others. The town council has nothing really to do with Mayor Pendray at all now. It is a committee of its own, you know, and you know, it's up to them to make the most to raise the funds. But because of this historic debt, I mean, somebody had obviously put their head in the sand and at the time, you know, to have hidden that for so long that people weren't aware. And I think the clerk needs to be thanked for the amount of effort that he's put in trying to sort out this. I wonder if it would be, if we can just carry on paying off the debt in a way, you know, slowly. I mean, I don't know what Chris feels about that. Because he's our proper financial officer.
The debt repayment element is £1,100 a month. We've made those payments for the previous 4 months now. So would you want to continue that level of support for a similar period of time? And that's sort of a discussion that you need. Do you feel you need any more information other than what we've got? And should it be, would you like a representative to speak to you, or should it be a finance committee decision?
I think of the finance committee actually, and to have a representative come to the finance committee to discuss it, because you know we have just over 100,000 preset per year, and if you're looking at putting 1,000, you know, I mean it's a lot out of our preset to subsidise something, isn't it? But I think, you know, it's just this. I think they're trying their best to get things working and getting the balance, and obviously their debt has gone down, as Mark has said, you know, through the letter. And we'd like to support them to clear that so that they can get on.
Okay.
But maybe we just need possibly, you know, a little bit more effort, because I have had some feedback to say that people haven't been able to use the mayor, and they could have used it, you know, after a funeral, for instance, somebody wanted to come back here and they couldn't come back. Well, that would have been a lot of money that would have come into mayor. So I think, you know, it's things like that that they need to, as well as a management committee, sort out, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for me, I've got some concerns about the longevity and the financial viability, which I think we discussed at the previous application, and obviously the winter period was the most difficult period for them to get through because of trying to run events, and we're obviously coming into that. So I think for myself, I would certainly want to see some more information that related to what their forward-looking sort of costings were, what events they were planning, what their anticipated sort of income was, what efforts they'd, I mean, you said that they have made some efforts, but where have they approached and have they got any? So I think for myself, it's because just ballpark, I did a quick calculation, and I think we've already allocated about £2 per head of electorate so far in 4 months. So for us to carry on doing that, I think we have to be really clear about whether there is financial viability there. But also, there's an alternative, and I hesitate to suggest this just because I don't want to put I don't want to put more work onto the clerk, but whether there's a better approach for supporting a local community hall that other community councils actually operate. So what I'm thinking is other community councils that have a village hall in their area, what do they do to support their own village halls? Because I'm sure quite a lot of them do actually give some contribution. Whether that's would be another source.
Mark, please.
I'm not on the committee of the Mayor Pendray, but as a user of the Nile Pendray and wanting for the Nile Pendray to exist in the future, I'm going to say this. So in answer to your question, it would be more beneficial if you turned up to some of the events that go on here and contribute that way, like we've done. So as councillors, you can actually attend and put some of your own money in the till, so it helps them. That's what I was doing. With regards to what they are actually doing, they've now put in place an online booking system. So there's no, you can book directly through a computer and there's no missing telephone calls and all the rest of it. So they are literally doing everything that they can. So as the problems are cropping up, they're dealing with them straight away. I'm hearing this and I'm seeing it, and I'm just saying to you as the councillors in this room that they are actually doing. The people that are doing it are giving their time for nothing as well. That it's all volunteer again, isn't it? You know, they're spending a lot of time of their own time to, you know, it's okay saying, well, they need to do this and they need to do that. They are giving their free time, as a lot of us do.
Yeah.
And to be blasted for that, it's not a business, it's not at the cinema, it's actually a charity. So, you know, there are different things going on here. That's my opinion on it.
Last time this came up, I put forward the idea that we needed a council representative on the management committee or the board of trustees, just to oversee things. You know, so we are making sure that money is being put where it's meant to be put, and we're doing everything they can. And which I don't doubt, but as a council, we need to be making sure that money we give out is going to.
No, I agree
where
with
it's meant to go. So once again, I would like to propose that if we do give any further financial assistance that we put to them, it's only available if a councillor is either put onto their management committee or board of trustees for the length of the debt.
The only thing with that is they've got one councillor that's trustee and three councillors that are on the
Two and two.
Sorry, yeah, there's 2 trustees and 2 committee members already.
There should be a representative of the council.
Yeah,
not
I
actually-
agreed with what you said the first time round, but they came back with, we've already got 4 councillors.
Mhm.
I know what you're saying, because that person would only report on what he sees in the meetings. Or she,
Yeah.
Which is basically what I've done from an observer's point of view.
We been given any financial information over the last 4 months, how much has come in, how much in the events they've put on, how much?
Well, not specifically on that. All we've seen is the payments being applied directly to the debt.
Okay.
So we looked earlier on today, there was 16,000, we still have.
Yeah.
That's come down significantly from that.
So from my point of view, it'd be nice to see the correlation between the support we're giving them and the money that the building is making. And to see if the profits they're making are going up. And if that's the case and they are recovering, then I would be more than happy to support a little bit further. But I think, from my opinion, I would like some further information for the decision. And you suggested
To go to the finance committee and have a representative come and speak to us, the finance committee. And that's open to, welcome to anybody
I
to
think
come.
2 of
to
the
the-
finance committee are members of the Nile. Eileen is,
What's that? And
Marisa,
she's not on the finance.
isn't she?
So, no,
Oh.
thanks.
John Peel on the
John.
finance. Yeah, he's a member as well, isn't he?
I think we'll do that. That's a sensible step. We'll take your proposal. Do we have a seconder for deferring it to a financing thing?
Do you want to keep that? That's the letter that I was given tonight to read it from the Nile.
I think they need to know that, I mean, we do in principle support, but it's just the level of support and how much of the precept needs to go on, and possibly we could do a little bit before the finance. Just look into how others like Dolby have a free library and Abergyn Olwyn, for instance, how do they run their community hall and do they help to fund it?
So
Yep.
proposal from Anne then to defer to finance meeting and ask the representative to come speak to us. Seconded by Kath. Do we all approve of that, please? One to Matthew. Any objections?
I agree, Chair.
Nikki? Any abstentions?
Whose job is it to tell them?
Okay. We've deferred it to finance meeting, okay, guys, so we'll call a finance meeting like one next, couple of weeks. Moving on then to point number 12, correspondence requiring a response from the council. It's none on the agenda, don't think missing.
Received the letter from the Nile this afternoon. He did ask that it be read out. That's your decision. I did email it out to everybody.
I haven't got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just check, Olivia, Matthew and Ron, did you receive it by email? Okay.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, Chris.
Yes, thank you, Todd.
I haven't pre-read this, so I'm not comfortable reading it out now. So
It
if,
shouldn't be last minute.
yeah, if Nigel is listening, I do apologise. I've literally just received this now, so I'm not happy reading it out without taking in all the details first.
Okay, we can respond to the email.
Yeah.
Good.
And then move on then to point 13. So no correspondence that councillors have received by email. You've got the list there in front of you. Is there any questions, comments anybody would like to make? Please, Kath.
Yeah, it's actually not on the list, but the emails replied about the community boundary review.
Yep.
I think we've got time, if I'm right, Chris, could we put that on, would it be appropriate to discuss it now, or would it be better to put it onto the?
So the reason it's not on the agenda is that it was received after the agenda was sent out. There is a time window for making objections, we can check in that.
We're in the right section of the meeting.
Or we can discuss it
We've
now.
left it now.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular comments?
Yeah, so it's so the for those of you that maybe haven't got it in front of you, this is the community boundary review where the boundary on the north of Morgan Ward on the Dicini before it reaches the Broadwater has been shifted from the centre of the river onto the south bank. So it just to me seems very strange that shift has been done. We've probably come across this as much as I have. I've never known a boundary like this to move from the centre of the river to the bank, and so it's something that I wasn't aware of was going to happen. And is it something that the council want to question and challenge when it goes out to the consultation board?
Mark.
I agree with what Kath has said, and I find it strange that the council wasn't notified in any shape or form of it before it happened.
John?
As the county council former, I have not been informed about this at all till email came last week, I think it was, Chris. And to move the boundary, as Kath says, from the middle of the river, which it always is, at the behest of another local landowner on the opposite side, who was trying to be disrupting the fishing in that area, which we have used for decades. And I think we need an investigation into this. I'm doing it personally as well. It should not have been moved or attempted to move without consideration, especially to the people of Towyn and myself as the councillor, county councillor for that month.
And
As far as I'm aware, this area was never part of Towyn anyway. It's, you know, so because you're talking about Rita Gardner, and that's the part. It was in Llanegrin and Bryn Creek, and I think it's been moved from there. It has been discussed in the full council, and I have brought it up in this council, because what they were trying to do with this boundary review also was to bring the Cwmmaethlon area, the Happy Valley, into Towyn, and I objected against that, and I objected in this council and asked to be written up. Unfortunately, the town council didn't send a response to that, but however, they have now kept it as it is, so that Happy Valley will have its own representative. That's Dwyrain and Gorllewin, the two wards now. So the area there then is covered by Bryn Creek, and was before. So I don't know why actually we were notified about it, because I think they were in Bryn Creek and there must be in Llanegrin or something. There's a
Llanegrin, it's been sent to us, isn't it?
It's been sent to Llanegrin, and I think it possibly was in Bryn Creek.
But
It
it
was
hasn't
never-
been brought up in this council land.
Oh, well, no, but it was part of the whole consultation. It hasn't been brought up at this council because it's not in our area. So I don't know why we were informed about it, really.
Well, it's
Because it has been
Yeah.
discussed in the county council, and that they've been happy, you know, that it is, you know, the local representatives there, they put no objection.
If it's been discussed in the county council, why haven't you mentioned it in your reports as a Gwynedd councillor here? Because it affects
Well,
Towyn.
do I report?
Well, on the
everything that
agenda, it
happens?
says matters relating to Towyn, so it's a matter relating to Towyn.
John?
Again, going back to it, as far as I remember, I'm a little bit over 60 now, that always came under Towyn. And the boundary finishes by Ynysmangwyn, the gate is there, all the way to the concrete at the other end of the area we're discussing. And to move a boundary from the middle, because another landowner on the other side wants it. I don't know if anybody related to them, but it appears so.
So do we?
No, but, well, as far as I'm aware, say again, I think the local representative on the council using.
As again, Chair, it is my ward and I should be.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Can I just say something?
Okay.
Sorry,
Cool.
and I have said this previously, but when we've had other Gwynedd councillors, surely if something is to do with Towyn Town Council, the Gwynedd councillors should report it back to get our opinion.
Yep.
You know, my understanding of politics is pretty simple. I represent the people of Towyn, who are then re-represented from this council by, you know, the Gwynedd councillors. And if there is something that comes up that is for Towyn, it should be brought to us straight away.
Good.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to take this any further?
I think for me, I'm not quite sure when it came up, whether it was obviously I've only been on the council for a relatively short amount of time. I remember a discussion relating to my farm. I certainly don't remember anything relating to this boundary. It's really whether the council is happy with the boundary moving, or whether as a council we want to challenge that move. I've no idea how it's been moved and the reasons for moving it. It just seems very odd to me. So, it's a question of, and I'm happy to propose, if the council supports, that we actually do through the clerk, we actually do raise this, when it's.
Please, can we not have talking elsewhere in the meeting, as it does interfere with the microphone?
Ellie?
Yeah, sorry, so if the council will support that we raise this as a query in the when it goes out for the 6-week consultation, it's not actually certainly consultation, but it's a 6-week response period.
That's a proposal, I'll second it.
That's a proposal for
For the council to essentially raise an objection
an
during the
objection.
response period.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a proposer then to raise an objection to the boundary movements. We have a seconder. Do we all approve? Any objections? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And point number 14 on the agenda then is to receive the Innes Mangwyn Trust report. Mark, do you have anything to share with us?
I do, yeah.
Please.
Well, there's a letter from a trustee. Would you like me to read it out?
Please.
Please bring this letter to the attention of all Towing councillors. As a trustee of Innes Mangwyn Trust Committee since February 2025, I have entered into several trust meetings with Beth Lawton, Hugo Ifler, Mark Kendall, and the council representative, and Chris Wood, the trust secretary. Several motions were passed in these meetings, all of which have been ignored apart from 2, with Beth Lawson and Hugo Ifler and David Church overriding the motions passed. Since the last 2 meetings that I attended, I have refused to take part in any other meetings as the council was removed as trustee and Chris Wood was removed as the trust secretary without a full quorum of trustees to authorise this. Beth Lawton, Hugo Ifler have taken over and made unlawful decisions regarding the running of the caravan site and the trust without consulting myself or the council. All the decisions they have made have been done without a quorum meeting. The renovation of the lodge was for Mark Kendall to get quotes for the work to be done, and then Beth and Hugo took over without a trust meeting. When asked for quotes for the lodge from them that they had received, we were told it's got nothing to do with you. They took it upon themselves to appoint builders and start the work. The lodge is on trust land and they have no right to start this work without the trust and the council agreeing to it. Who is paying for the work on the lodge? ? As a trustee, I do not know, nor does the council. The only people who know are Beth and Hugo and the director, David Church. If the money has been taken from the trust without the trust agreeing, it surely is unlawful. However, if it has been taken from the limited company running the caravan site, all the trustees should know and have agreed this. Concerns raised about the operation of the trading subsidiary and whether it is operating lawfully have still not been addressed, with no lease in place and many critical documents still not signed. We have the profits from the caravan site. Where have the profits gone from the caravan site? Over the past few years, it has not gone to the trust. I feel as a trustee, I have been misled by Hugo, Beth and David Church. All of these decisions have not been done in a proper quorum meeting. Hugo, Beth and David have been asking for many months that the council replaces Mark Kendall as the elected representative of the council. Mark is the council representative and he represents the people of Towyn. If he is asked a question, he will answer it, or if he does not answer it, he will do his best to find out. Mark is truthful and excellent voice for the people of Tywyn and an asset to the town council as the representative of Ynys Mangwyn Trust. The secretary, Chris Wood, has done an excellent job and worked hard, going over and above with his work as the trust secretary. Kind regards, Nigel Rickard. Trust report. In October 2025, Hugo Ifler Beth Lawden removed the council from the Charity Commission register of charities without this decision being made at a quorum meeting of the trustees and without two trustees, namely the council and Nigel Rickard, being informed of this decision. In October 2025, Hugo Ifler and Beth Lawton removed the trust secretary from his position without this decision being made in a quorum meeting of the trustees and without two trustees, namely the council and Nigel Rickard, being informed of this decision. In February, the council solicitor received a letter from a law firm, Hugh James, stating that it was instructed by the trustees of the Ynys Mangwyn Trust. The appointment of Hugh James was made by Hugo Ifler and Beth Lawton without this decision being made at a quorum meeting of trustees and without two trustees, namely the council, Nigel Rickard, being informed of this decision. In February, the clerk received a letter from the law firm Hugh James stating that it was instructed by the trustees of the Ynys Mangwyn Trust. The appointment of Hugh James was made by Hugo Ifler and Beth Lawton without this decision being made at a quorum meeting and the trustees without two trustees, namely the council and Nigel Rickard, being informed of this decision. Trustees can only make decisions such as the ones I have mentioned in a quorum meeting of the trustees. Actions made without the approval of the trust at a quorum meeting are unlawful, invalid, and a serious breach of trustees' duties and could be regarded as fraudulent. Quote, charity trustees owe strict fiducial duties under the Charities Act 2011, in brackets, the common law, that they must act collectively as a board, not unilaterally, act only in the charity's best interests, exercise reasonable care and skill, and avoid misusing their position or charity resources, example, instructing solicitors without the board's approval. The council is taking advice on the current situation and I will report back at the next meeting. That concludes the Ynys Mangwyn Trust. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Meeting closed.